Hi everyone, welcome to Lee's Knowledge Sharing Wednesdays. For those who are tuning in for the first time, I am Lishima. This is a platform where you basically share information based on life experiences, all the different journeys that we have had. If you'd like to get more information or more detail on what my channel is about, please refer to my intro video titled Fulfilling the Purpose. The link is also at the top of this video. For those who have been with us, thank you so much. The love has been amazing, the interactions have been amazing. I'm also grateful for the ladies which have been taking part in the interviews. I've been learning so much from you. Thank you so much. So I mentioned in my video that I'll be sharing information and my knowledge and lessons learned from my own personal experiences. So today is basically a video where I will be sharing my lessons learned in terms of what I experienced regarding regrets and procrastination and just feeling like I'm a failure. Hey, welcome to Lee's Knowledge Sharing Wednesdays. Let's get started. Okay, so my story, I finished EBTech, my Bachelor of Technology in 2011, and no, 2010, yes, 2010, and then I was fortunate to get a job at Deloitte, and then that's where I started working. And I remember first year having plans that I was going to continue my studies and I was going to do different things. And 2011 came and it was facing me. It was now time to do what I said I would do. And then something in me said, no man, you've been studying for so long, are you going to study again? No, why don't you just like rest and take a gap year? And so I was like, okay, actually, studying primary, high school, tertiary, no, stop, no, let me take a break and just enjoy working, enjoy the stipend that I was getting, because it was such a stipend. And I thought, let me just make the most of it and take a break. So I took a break, and that was 2011. Came 2012, still same thing. I had excuses, I had reasons why I couldn't do my CIA. So internal auditors, we are required to do a global certification called the Certified Internal Auditors. So if you have that, you have set. At the time, it was a 4-part exam, which was pricey. And so I had every reason to say, no, actually, I can't do it because of my finances. And bear in mind that this 2011, when I started, I had said, okay, I'm taking a gap year. The following year, I said, no, finances. The third year, I asked to transfer to the Johannesburg office. So then I had more excuses where I was saying, you know what, I'm still adjusting to Joburg. I'm still adjusting to the bigger office because it's head office. So it's more clients, it's more work, it's tighter deadlines. So I literally paused. I literally had an excuse why I wasn't starting, and I only realized, I think about 5 years or 6 years down the line after I started working, that wow, I've wasted a lot of time. And I remember feeling so terrible about myself. I felt like I had failed myself so much. And what happens is, when you get to a point where you realize your mistakes, you end up feeling sad, like the regret you feel consumes you so much that you don't even enjoy your life, or the point of your life, whichever point of life you're in. You kind of get frustrated and think, oh my word, how did I get here? How did I get myself into this position? So I remember feeling just in a pity, like I was just in this pitiful zone, pity party, saying, but why? Why didn't I do this? I could have done this, I could have done that. And then the comparing comes in. I started comparing myself to my peers. I started comparing myself to people who had joined after me. I said, those people joined after me at Deloitte, but they moved, they're in higher positions, or you know. So I just kept on giving myself reasons why I felt so much, why, like reasons why things weren't working out for me, because I said, okay, this is not happening because you didn't do this. This is not happening because you didn't do it. And it was just a terrible place to be in. So fine, I moved from Deloitte while I was in that zone, and I moved to another company, and that was where the work was even more. So, but I said to myself, you know what? I failed. Let me now try again. Let me try do something that I'm passionate about, because over and above being an internal auditor, I love interior designing. I am all for designs, interior decor, that's me. So I decided, okay, let me just try this course and just do it. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. And yes, I enjoyed it. I loved it. But the only mistake I made here was that I didn't plan ahead. I knew my goal. Yes, I wanted to be an interior designer on the side, but I didn't plan ahead with, okay, in order to get this qualification, in order to get the qualification that I'm enrolling in, what is required of me? So in terms of time, in terms of planning, do I have the time? Will I be able to drive from Edenvale to Pretoria, because that's where the classes were, my offices were in Edenvale? Will I be able to drive to drive all this distance part-time? Will I be able to catch up where I can't attend, because I was traveling like 80% of the time? That's why I said my job was so demanding. And I think the mistake I made, because of feeling like a failure, I made the wrong decision at the wrong time. You know, let me just say, actually I made the right decision, but at the wrong time. It was right for me to try and pursue my passion or my interest. However, it was not the right time. Had I been in a different job, different position, more time, then sure. So that's what is important when you are planning, when you want to set a goal. Plan your time so that you know that you're kind of realistic in terms of what you want to achieve and how you can get there. So that was the failure. I tried to attend classes. I tried to attend classes where I could, the part-time classes on Tuesdays, and sure, it was overwhelming because there are times where I couldn't be there, and interior design requires you to be there because you are doing all these projects. You are having to submit projects, you are in groups, you are doing practicals. Half of the time, actually 70% of the time, you're doing that, because now you have to submit mood boards, you're submitting color washes, samples, you're doing curtain, you're doing fabric. You need to understand all those concepts. And unfortunately at the time there was none of this online learning, and so I got so left behind. I fell behind a lot. And I remember just when the year end came, we're supposed to do our presentations. We were literally giving a mock budget where you had to do a project, and you had to basically do a new room or do it to present it. But I couldn't do it because of the time. And now the cycle came back, the cycle of regret, the cycle of feeling sorry for myself. It now came back again because I thought, oh my goodness, I failed yet again. I disappointed myself yet again. I set a goal, I said I'm going to do it, but I failed yet again. I remember just going to a slump that time, and I was like, you know what, this is it. What am I good for? I'm trying, I tried, but I'm literally not achieving my goals. I think for a good year, I sat down feeling sorry for myself, feeling like I don't know. And the thing about it, I think the thing about the pity party is that it doesn't take you anywhere, because you can literally be in a zone where you are feeling so sorry for yourself, but what are you doing about it? For every problem there is a solution, but what are you doing about it? Nothing. You are stuck there being a victim, saying, and the thing about being a victim, the thing about the pity party, oh my goodness, it's the most comforting, soothing things. I don't know, it's so comforting. It's like blowing air to a wound, you know, like, yo, this is nice, because it's comforting, it's soothing to the ego. You're like, yeah, actually, yeah, no, this is comfortable. The moment you have to move out of it, then that's where the system gets shocked. oh my goodness, what is happening now? The ego is like, what's happening to us, you know? So that is the problem about regrets and the self-pity. It doesn't bring you any progress. You are stuck there, you are sitting there, and you are not helping yourself in any way. So I was in that pit for a very long time, a year, I think a good year or two, where I was literally I was just not okay. I felt like I wasn't even in the mood to do anything. I said, it's fine, you know, I failed, that's it. And by the time I dusted myself up, by the time I realized it was okay, lihle, vuka, wake up, I went back. I said, okay, now I have time. I'm no longer at the company that I was. I have time. Let me go back and pursue that interior design short course again. I went there and I was told that the advanced course of it was discontinued, so I couldn't carry on. I was so disappointed. I was discouraged. I felt like, what? How could I have wasted so much time? I could have done it. They literally said the year before they just stopped it because they weren't getting enough students and who were doing it, who were interested in it. So they just decided to discontinue. And I remember coming back to my place that day just crying, and I poured my heart out and said, but how can you just fail yourself so much, Lihle? How can you fail yourself so much? And that's the thing about it, right? You talk to yourself. It's like there's two of you. there's Utembe Lihle, and then there's the self. I don't know, it's weird because you talk to yourself as a person and say, how can you fail so much? I failed. That was me now. And I decided to go and go for therapy because it got to a point where it was just too much. And this was even when I had also had my first baby. So I also felt like I was doing all these roles. I'm a mother now, I'm married now, I'm trying to pursue things, my own things now, and I can't, because they're all other roles that are requiring me, and I just felt resentment. I remember even just feeling resentment towards my husband and thinking, when he goes out and does his own thing, that, you know, when he's working towards his goals, I felt like, but why? You know, I really felt resentment. That's when I decided to go for therapy. I'm all for therapy. I think I've said it previously that if you get the opportunity to go talk to somebody, please go for it. It really does help. It really makes a difference to the life. It really makes a difference to you, because it kind of checks the foundation, the root cause of certain things, the root cause of things that are happening in your life, why you act a certain way, why you feel a certain way when certain things happen. So they dig deep and they really help you unpack those things. So I went to therapy, and I must say it took a lot, and it really helped. It took a lot to go there, but it really helped. It was a very emotional journey going there, but it really helped. So what I learned was, you know, I was consumed by procrastination. I think from 2011, I told myself I still have time. I told myself I can do it next year. I can do it whenever. I still have the opportunity to do it next time. And I didn't realize that the next time was building from a month to 6 months to a year, 2 years. And it felt like it was late. But what helped in terms of therapy was I gained back the confidence. I gained back the security, and knowing who I am, and knowing that this had to happen for a reason. There was a reason why I was where I am. There was a reason why I had to learn. There was a reason why I was placed there. But I have things that I took from the experience in terms of the failures, what I could have done better. So these are my key points that I've learned and to making sure that I don't go back into that cycle again, because it's easy to just go back again if you don't take notice of it. The first thing is to basically accept and acknowledge where you are. Accept that you are in this situation. Accept the life that you are in as if you had chosen it. You know, there's an author who once said that you must accept the life that you are in as if you chose it. You know, if you can accept it with, actually, I chose these legs, I chose this career, I loved it. Accept it and choose it, and accept the current moment. If you can accept that, then I promise you things will be much better, because I think the regret is us fighting the now. The regret and the pity party, it all relates to us just fighting the present moment and just living in the past. So accept your now and make the most of it, and acknowledge the fact that, okay, I am here. What can I do next? After that, set your goals. And when you set your goals, I think it's very important to be realistic. Yes, we want to achieve great things, and we can achieve whatever we put our mind to, but we also need to make sure that we are realistic in terms of the time, because when you set your goals, you have to have a time which, okay, this is what I need to do. How am I going to get there? How will you get there? You have to see what's, okay, how will I get there? What's the time required for me to do this? Like, for instance, I'm a mother. I can't set things that are going to require me to be away from home 40 hours of the week. No, I'm already away from home at work. So I need to find something which I can juggle in between, after work, after I've spent time with my kids, after I spend time with my husband. So it's a lot that you have to think about, because it's the very same mistake that I made when I did the interior design course, where I didn't plan properly. I did not say, okay, this is the time that is required. Is this even possible for where I am? So you must just be realistic in terms of making sure that it is possible to do it where you are in the situation that you are in at the moment. The third part of it is to implement. Implement what you have planned. You know, once you have planned with, okay, I'm going to achieve this, do it. This is what I want to do it. Start small and break it down. That's the thing about goals. It wants you to set a time frame in terms of breaking it down and how to get there. Okay, yes, I want to start a course. I want you to be an interior designer. Okay, fine. What is required for me to get there? This and this. What can I do? Okay, I don't have time, so I won't be able to attend the part-time classes. Let me do online course. Udemy has online courses, short online courses, while I can do, because there's a solution for every problem. So implement and do what you can, bit by bit, and celebrate. Learn to celebrate the accomplishments. Learn to celebrate as you tick off your to-do list. Learn to celebrate it and just enjoy the journey. You know, enjoy the journey of you doing what you are. You know, the moment you see it as a task, then it's a problem. You really want to enjoy it. That's why I say enjoy the journey that you're in. Enjoy what you are doing. The fourth thing is to monitor your progress. I am all for sharing and having somebody you are accountable to. I think even if, yes, goals, sometimes you shouldn't share goals while it's too early, while you do things, but have that one person who can hold you accountable. If it's a friend that you're close to, if it's a life coach, if it's a mentor, anybody, then you say, you know what, this is my plan for 2021. This is my plan. I want to fix my life. I want to do this. I want to do this better. I need you to ask me monthly. Or if you said, as you said, if you have set timeline that you're going to finish something in a month or in 2 months, say that person must hold you accountable and ask you in a month from now, have you done 1, 2, and 3? When the 2 months come, have you done 1, 2, and 3? And they must bring you back to your spot when you have not achieved it, because you need it. As human, the mind, you know, us as humans, it's easy to just say, no, I'll leave it for later, when the procrastination mentality comes in. So you need to have somebody to keep you accountable, and they'll be saying, okay, come on, have you done this? Another way I also keep myself accountable is taking pictures and sending to that friend who had it as the evidence that, okay, by the way, I've done this, you know, so that, and it's a sense of accomplishment as well. It's okay, I've done this, and I've told my friend or whoever, they're excited for me. It keeps you going, and it gives you that push. So please have somebody that can hold you accountable for your plans. The fifth one is, I already mentioned that, is to enjoy the process. Enjoy it, love it, enjoy it. You chose it, enjoy it, and just be in the zone. Be in that moment. Love it, and just make the most of it. Make the most of your learnings. Share it with other people. You know, whatever the steps that you go through as you work towards your goal, please just share it, enjoy it, and just love it. You know, when you love something, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that can get you to just, you know, be discouraged, or even if you face challenges that come with it, you will literally just be like, you know what, I'm waking up and I'm doing this. I love another quote which says, our future goals determine our actions for the present moment. Our future goals determine our actions in the present moment. So all your goals, all your future goals, all your aspirations are what determine what you need to do now. So make the most of your now. Please don't let procrastination get to you. Please don't let life regrets get to you. Please don't let a pity party stop you from being great. You are awesome. You are great. You can achieve anything you want. Another point that I would like to leave you with, as you try to achieve your goals, as you push your own goals, as you try to push becoming a better you, distractions. Avoid distractions. You know, once you've decided, I'm going to set 2 hours a day to study this, I'm going to set 2 hours a day to work towards my business on the side, I'm going to set, please stick to it. There is nothing as important as consistency and discipline. It requires you to be disciplined. So you need to stick to that. If you are saying, the thing is, we're also living in a very social media based, you know, technology has consumed us. If you can monitor the time you spend on your phone, you will be shocked. I set the screen time to show me how much time I spend on my phone weekly, and it would tell me about sometimes 5 hours. If you spend 6 hours, you spend 6 hours on your phone for the week. And I think, but what have I been doing on my phone? You can't even put anything, you know. Yes, good. So technology, if used correctly, is great. You use it to your advantage. You learn things. YouTube has everything. You can learn what to do. You can learn how to do that to make yourself better. As long as you're doing that, then it's fine. But if you're spending 5 hours, which is what we do without even noticing, 5 hours scrolling on Instagram, looking at what my favorite person is doing, they probably have been working hard. They probably wake up early in the morning pushing their own goals, and you are there admiring what they do. And I'm not against social media at all. All I'm saying is, have time to put away the distractions. Have time to switch off your phone. Have time to put it aside and tell your family members or anybody, if people need you, they can get you, they can call you. But I'm not on WhatsApp from a certain time to a certain time. So then they'll understand. That is where you're pushing yourself. That is where you are driving what you are driving. So it's okay to move away from the distractions. Push yourself. Do the best that you can. And please move away. Do not feel bad. Everything in life happens for a reason. Everything is there to teach you a lesson. Everything is there to make you become a better person. I love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I hope that you can take something from it. From my mistakes, I'm also encouraging young people who have just joined, started working. If you are lazy to work, if you are lazy to study, I mean, while you work, please also do something else that interests you on the side. It can be a hobby, it can be you following a passion on the side, but just don't be idle. You know, there's a scripture that also speaks about being idle. God is also against an idleness. So just work towards something, even if it's you know, an interest. I always say to the young ones when they are listen to me saying young ones as if I'm old. No, guys, I'm still young as well. But I always say to those that are behind me, would say, you know what, if you don't have a license and you started working, then work towards that, accomplish that, tick it off, do a learners, do a license. After that, find something else that you can do on the side, you know, find a hobby, do whatever, but be busy, do something, just do something to make your life better, and use something that your future self is going to thank you. Because trust me, 10 years from now, they're going to be saying, wow. You are going to say to yourself, wow, well done, you know, well done. So take it from us who have already been through this journey and are saying, do better, do better. I love you. Have an awesome Wednesday, and thank you for tuning in.